Welcome back to the Wembley for this World Cup qualifying game, with England leading Norway by a goal to nil. England in white attacking the goal to our left. And here's Tony Woodcock through to Paul Mariner, and a shot by him wide that gives the Norwegians a goal kick. The Norwegian manager, Tor Fossen, saying at half-time to us that he was worried that his midfield men were standing off our midfield men too much, giving them a lot of space. That's something he would want to work on at half-time, and certainly that was really evident when England scored their goal, when McDermott was given so much time, although he really took it well. So McDermott, the scorer for England after 37 minutes, separating these two sides here at Wembley at the moment. But Jakobsen trying to find a way through. Sanson just nicking out a foot there, flicking it back to Peter Shilton. And here's Brian Robson. Mariner playing it back. Ricks played in again for Gates. Thought he was going to let one pop for a moment, but it's McDermott who did that well wide. So another goal kick. Thompson with a header. Dokken playing it wide there for Erlandsen, and here it is now for Berntsen. Should be Anderson's. Mariner, and now Woodcock. Sanson supporting the attack. Ricks has gone wide for him. Here's Graham Ricks. And that was quite easily cut out by Albertson, finding Dokken. Certainly started well in this game, the Norwegians. They faded a little bit towards half-time as England came more and more into the game with their goal. Sanson. And now Robson pushing Woodcock forward, wanting Ricks to go forward, finding Sanson here. Oh, a nice little bit of play there by Kenny Sanson, taking it towards the byline. A good cross sweeping in there towards Paul Mariner, too high for him. McDermott will look to turn it back again, though. And Woodcock jumping against the keeper, and the keeper lost it. There was a foul on him, though, and a free kick to Norway. It's certainly an active piece of work by England's front men there, and it would have unsettled the keeper a little bit there as McDermott floats it in here. Free kick quite properly given, but it may have an effect on the keeper. Certainly the Norwegians were a little bit worried privately about their goalkeeper Tom Jakobsen. He's hardly been bothered apparently in the last couple of games they've played, and they're just worried about how he might settle here. Well, he made one tremendous save in the first half. Borsa, Albertson, in comes Gates, and now with Woodcock. Here's Robson. Gates again, floated wide there for Ricks. A lovely ball played by Gates. Oh, and Anderson coming in for England, and cut out though by Cordal. Jakobsen. Oh, and well, they did their best to stop him, and here he goes now with a lot of pace, Jakobsen, but the finishing effort was not so good. Actually, again, a good advantage played by the referee, because there clearly seemed to be a foul on the Norwegian number 10 by Dave Watson, way in the centre circle. Mariner. McDermott. Woodcock. Played there again for Mariner. Woodcock looking for it a second time. McDermott won't get to it. And here's Dokken now for Norway. Watson. Robson, a bit of space here now. McDermott. Wide for Woodcock and cut out quite easily by Benson. Kenny Sanson for England. Brian Robson. Gates. Ricks to Gates. And now to Sanson. Woodcock. Oh, free kick surely. Benson far too fierce into the back of Tony Woodcock. Gates again. Nice little dummy there. Crossed in there once more, and it nearly came to Mariner on the far side, and a goal kick given. Mariner thought a corner. Watson playing it forward. Janssen again. For Dokken. To Jakobsen alongside him. Larson, Erkland. And now McDermott. Mariner, a nice little touch there for Eric Gates. Here's Sanson. Played in again there by Robson for Gates. And again, for the second time in this half, Tore Kordal, the number 3 for Norway, getting in a really timely challenge, that time stopping Eric Gates, but at the expense of a corner. Ball played in there, and a nice ball played in here for Eric Gates, and Kordal just getting in the challenge. Ricks, meanwhile, with a corner for England. Watson tried to meet it, Mariner tried to get to it. A little nick through there for Eric Gates, and in the end, Norway, by sheer weight of numbers in there, get it away. Sanson with the throw. Playing Gates into a bit of space. He tried to hit it first time, but a goal kick for Norway. Watson. Jakobsen finding Benson. Off Graham Ricks for a throw to Norway. Crowd, if anything, which seems to have grown a bit since the game started, trying to get behind England a little bit now. Grondalen, the skipper for Norway. Kordal. Evaldsen. And Jakobsen. And Watson getting in there, not getting the challenge though. Anderson trying to make something of it. McDermott's right back there as well. And Larson Erkland took a lot of shaking off that ball, and in the end there's a free kick to England. Well, it would be nice for England to win handsomely, but it's important that they win, and that's the main thing. And they're leading here by a goal to nil with just on 10 minutes of the second half gone. Woodcock now. It's got to be an England throw, yes. Sanson with it. Sanson again. Gates. Phil Thompson. Mariner first to react, but his control let him down a little bit there. Robson going right in there. Here's Cordal getting it away for Norway. Again, Watson getting in quickly and finding Kenny Sanson. Woodcock. And a foul again by Benson, a free kick to England. Terry McDermott, wide here for Viv Anderson. Another free kick. Ricks again with the free kick. Anderson behind him, or maybe it'll be McDermott who takes it. Indeed it is, but it came to nothing. As Larsson Erkland gets it moving again with Albertson. The long ball there towards Jakobsen. Erlendsson, Jakobsen. And a corner given. Must have just flicked off an England boot there. So Jakobsen, number 11, Erlendsson right in there. And they've brought up Orsa, the big number 4 from the back. And Dokken, who is another 6-footer, is in the 6-yard area for England. That corner now floating, and Shilton's got to get this one, and he does. Before Herrera, another 6-footer, can get in on it. Sanson. Gates. Robson to Gates. Well, at Portman Road, those normally go in. Goal kick then to Norway. Anderson. And again. Shoved out of it, a free kick. Indirect. And now Dave Watson. Here's Sanson. Robson. And now Phil Thompson. Well, they've got everybody in that Norwegian half except Peter Shilton. But Orsa gets it away quite comfortably. Dokken right up there as well. Woodcock trying to make something of it, and Anderson as well. But here come Norway again. Erlendsson finding, in fact, in the end, finding Phil Thompson. Robson playing it wide there for Mariner. Got a bit of support coming up from the back from Viv Anderson. And Mariner getting a good cross in there. It might come here for Woodcock. They're claiming handball, and the whistle had gone for a handball by Tony Woodcock. Good bit of play there by Mariner, though, leading up to that cross, and the handball by Woodcock. Just wondering whether manager Ron Greenwood is tempted sometime in this second half to put Laurie Cunningham on, have somebody fly at this Norwegian defence from a flank. Quarter of an hour of the second half gone. Good piece of play there by Albertson. Sanson turning into a bit of trouble with a neat back heel, finding Ricks, sliding his way out of that challenge and finding Tony Woodcock. And the keeper did well again, quickly off his line as Woodcock came towards him. Woodcock down and injured, but a really electrifying break there by England, which very nearly produced a second goal. England leading 1-0 as Watson now plays it wide here for Ricks. Woodcock's on his feet again, back in an onside position. Gates trying to shug off Dokken. And a free kick given to England. The foul by the number 8, Arnie Dokken. Ricks again will float it in. Watson's again up there. Mariner's lurking, and on the edge of the box once again is Terry McDermott, as he was when he scored. The ball floated in there towards Mariner, and he very nearly got a touch. But here's Jakobsen. Thompson closing quickly and winning the ball well. Now Brian Robson for England. In for Ricks. Mariner in a lot of space on the far side, and Ricks found him, or at least found that area of the field superbly, was well aware of it. Anderson in quickly. Mariner couldn't control it. Wasn't a good pass there by Anderson, hit far too firmly. It's very hard really to gauge this England performance without players like Keegan and Brooking and Wilkins. And against a really good workmanlike Norwegian side, they're not going to be a pushover for anybody in this group. The Romanians, the Hungarians and the Swiss. Gates. But it's important that England stay on, or at least get on a winning path, while their key players get themselves fit again, particularly for the match in Romania. There's McDermott, a deflection, particularly for the match in Romania that's coming up, because that could be really tough. The Romanians looking a really powerful, informed side at the moment, had a very good win against Yugoslavia. But of course in football they say you take each game as it comes, and tonight with almost a shadow side, we are leading the Norwegians by a goal to nil. And to be honest, that's better than it looked as though it may have been in the opening 25 minutes of this game, when England looked anything but an impressive outfit. But at the moment it's Brian Robson, certainly having much more of the play in this second half. Robson letting one fly, but flying too high. Certainly no sign of activity on that bench. The England substitutes on the left. Phil Neal, Ray Clements, Glenn Hoddle, Gary Birtles and Laurie Cunningham. Oh, Ricks lost that one out, but Shilton's there for England. Oh, my word, he very nearly made a mess of that one, and Thompson struggled to get that away under pressure from Jakobsen. Oh, Shilton seemed to have something of a blind spot there, and he's had one or two moments at Wembley as Peter. And somehow, as Jakobsen attacked him there, it was a wicked bounce of the ball, but it very nearly caught him out. A free kick to Norway meanwhile. Grondalen will take it. Floated high towards Dokken, and Jakobsen fisted away and not very far, and just over the top there from the number 7 Herrera. Well, it was Shilton electing to punch here, again challenged by two players, and the header over the top. Sanson to Robson. And now to Gates. Played wide by McDermott for Graham Rix. An obstruction quite properly given by Albertson. Watson again going up into the box. Two men in the Norwegian wall. Albertson and Cordal. Rix with the free kick, floated in there and knocked away by Dokken for the corner. And Tony Woodcock will take it. 20 minutes of the second half gone. England still leading by a goal to nil. But still not an awful lot to get excited about. But here's Woodcock with the corner for England, floated in there by a bit lower than usual actually, hitting Mariner at the near post. McDermott running to keep that ball in play. Anderson. Well stopped there by Larsen Erkland, but McDermott getting it back. Support here from Robson. Playing it wide here and picking up Kenny Sanson superbly now. A throw to England. Rix playing it in for Robson towards Mariner. Was he shoved there? My word, it looked as though Mariner was shoved there in the penalty area. He thought so as well, but the Belgian referee would have none of it. And here come Norway again with Ors, the man leading the charge. Hareda. And now Jakobsen. Played inside again, and Thompson needed to get there first before Larsen Erkland. Finding Mariner. Looked for Gates. Thompson getting it wide there for McDermott. Now here's Viv Anderson. McDermott again. Thompson. It's such a slender hold that England have got on this game in terms of goals at the moment. All the territorial advantage, but every time the Norwegians break, you begin to wonder. But here's Mariner now, trying to get up and getting up well there. And put in there by Woodcock for number 2. Well, that certainly gives England the breathing space, and a lovely leap by Mariner that really opened up the way for Tony Woodcock. As Thompson plays the ball in here, Mariner really at his best, getting up so well, nodding it down, and good finishing here. Quick and very economic finishing there by Tony Woodcock. Mariner's leap, of course, was the thing that set it up. But you need to think quick and act coolly, and that's exactly what Woodcock did. 2-0 to England. So McDermott 37 minutes, Woodcock 69. England leading by 2 goals to nil now. McDermott through for Mariner, who's really led the line well, Mariner, tonight, and really deserved to have a big part in that goal. Hareda pushing the ball forward, Sanson cutting it out well for England. Gates and Rix, and now Sanson. So Graham Rix to Kenny Sanson. Played it again there. Robson had gone right in there. The keeper didn't know what he was about there, and in fact he gets a free kick. It was a very untidy piece of defence there by Norway. As Sanson played this ball in, Woodcock was right in there, and so too was Mariner coming in fast. In fact, it's Mariner who catches the keeper there. Well, Tom Jakobsen, a nasty knock around the side of the face, was caught there by Paul Mariner as he went in for that header there. You can see it catching the Norwegian keeper, but he'll be okay to go on. So free kick to Norway. Cordell back to Orsa. And England again getting possession with Woodcock. Sanson. Robson. Ricks. And Sanson lost his footing. Even so, Robson won it back again for England. Ricks playing it in for Mariner now. A little touch here for McDermott. And now for Viv Anderson. And that's a corner for England, who've really dominated the second half and really deserved that second goal that, as I say, gives them the breathing space they really required, because once or twice the Norwegians on the break looked as though they might be very dangerous indeed. Another Norwegian player, I think it's Albertsen, who's down. An injury to his right knee. Well, it looks as though the right knee, I think it's Erlandsen, the number 11, who's okay to go on, and England with the corner. Woodcock with it, floating it in again, left-footed there. Sanson coming, oh my word, that was nearly on its way towards being an own goal from Orsa. Dokken. Orsa. Orsa again, and a throw to England. Sanson with it. Bit of space here for Robson. Good workmanlike game Brian Robson's had as well. Getting to know each other much better in that midfield, combining really quite well now. Here's Woodcock. And now Watson thought about having a bang at goal, and now suddenly it's probably opened up the other end as the very speedy Jakobsen has got Albertsen up with him, and Jakobsen's gone past Thompson, but not past Shilton. Well, that was just one of the breaks we were talking about that really could have embarrassed England by pushing forward and leaving themselves exposed at the back, and this man is so quick, going past Phil Thompson. And a really good save by Peter Shilton. That was a good save. Orsa. Gondalen. And here's Watson. Orsa, Albertsen, or Bengtsson, A nice little 1-2 with Erlendsson. Benson now. Harridan. Larsen Auckland now for Norway. Albertson playing it in there. Harridan getting up the big number 7 and the big number 5 for England. Dave Watson whacking it away into the Norwegian half of the field. But only Mariners up for England. Inside the last quarter of an hour now. Ball played again towards Jakobsen. Watson with him, and Watson beating him. Really was an excellent save by Shilton. He got down so quickly for that shot. He's 31 on Sunday week, Peter Shilton, and his reflexes seem as sharp as ever. But now here's Gates. Mariner. Going all the way. Brought down and a penalty. Mariner brought down, a penalty for England. And the Belgian referee not at all happy with the way that Orsa was arguing about it. He started to feel for a yellow card, I thought, for a moment there. But Mariner brought through here. And in the end, well, the referee had no doubts whatsoever. Looking at it again, you may have had one or two yourself. But a chance for England to recover from a stuttering start, now to go into a 3-0 lead. Terry McDermott, the man who's got the responsibility, who scored the first goal here tonight for England. So will it be 3-0 for England now? It is McDermott's second of the night and England's third. Well taken penalty, some encroachment there by the Norwegians, but it doesn't matter because the ball's in the back of the net. And England are leading by 3-0. Well, suddenly from an indifferent start, England have got themselves a handsome result. There's something like 12 minutes to go. Good piece of play by Erlendsson for Norway. Now to Albertson. Benson. And Sanson putting it away for the throw. England's under-21s having won by the same margin last night, 3-0. A performance at the moment is being repeated by their seniors here tonight. But at the moment, Jakobsen then with the throw. And Watson again getting it away for England. Mariners up there. A back heel nicely played into the path of Graham Rix. And a ball played for Tony Woodcock. And Anderson coming up fast on the far side. Still support from Woodcock, but it was a back heel that came to nothing. And it's Harreida now for Norway to Albertson. Taken out of the play, though, unfairly by Dave Watson, and a free kick to Norway. Free kick not taken from the right place. It'll have to go back at least 5 or 6 yards. And it's Grondalen with it now for Norway. Sanson might get to that one, yes, just flicking it away there for Mariner. Played back beautifully there for the England number 3. And in turn on the far side now for Tony Woodcock. England really stretching out. McDermott. Mariner, a little touch for Rix. Mariner again. A little flick there by Gates towards Kenny Sanson, and England get a corner. Really playing some stuff now, England. With the composure and the cockiness, really, that comes with a 3-goal lead. And a corner which Rix has now taken. It's with Sanson. Rix again. Once more into the penalty area. Looking to try and get to the byline, but getting a corner off Benson. England are back, say the crowd, as Ricks floats that one in there, but it's only knocked out as far as McDermott, who chips it in once more towards Paul Mariner. Knocked down again and almost into the path of Woodcock, but there was an offside. And you have to admit that the referee and the linesman were absolutely perfectly placed to spot it. But here's Norway. Albertson. Played wide again for Larsen Økland. And now for Benson from Albertson. Albertson going down this line now. And Watson to Sanson. A little bit crowded in there. Ricks. Ooh, and they've given it to Albertson between them, but Anderson couldn't quite get ahead to it. And it's McDermott on the far side for England. And now Robson. Mariner. Well, maybe the part-timers have grown a little tired as this game has gone into the last quarter of an hour, but England now look absolutely rampant. Larsen Økland beaten by Thompson. McDermott playing it, and how well that was taken by Anderson. Inside for Mariner. Gates to Robson. Here's Woodcock again. Played back for Ricks. Oh, that was a strange ball by Ricks. He's not had at all a bad first performance by England. It was a weird ball, to say the least, and Gates too has put in a lot of good work, and I think it's England's application maybe more than their fluent skills that have impressed people tonight. England 3-0 ahead, and Norway, having made a substitution now, the number 11 Erlendsson, who was strapped up, has gone off. And it's the midfielder Rune Ottesen who's come on, the number 15, in his place. It's a bit of a surprise in Norway. In fact, when Ottesen was dropped, he played a big part in the 6-1 victory over Finland. Now something like 7 minutes left, and you feel that there could be another goal in this game yet for England. They are so much on top at the moment, and the Finns really are on their last leg, or rather the Norwegians are at the moment on their last legs. Sanson. And now Robson. Gates. Anderson. Good run again by Anderson, and a good shot by him across the face of that Norwegian goal. Goal kick. So the substitute Ottesen, and now Dokken, Larsen Økland, Ottesen again, to Orsa, and stopped by Robson. A throw to Norway. It's probably worth saying, when people are disappointed, of course, with England's performances in the European Championship, that Ron Greenwood still has lost only 4 games out of 32. Now it looks like 33 since he took over as the England manager, Ron Greenwood, 3 years ago. And now shorn of 3 or 4 of his best players. He's had to put really a largely experimental side in the field, and here they are leading 3-0. Sanson. I'm sure he would have settled for this after some 25 minutes, when England looked really edgy. And now Thompson. Woodcock. Ricks. McDermott, a little touch there, but I don't think Gates will get to it. Albertson, the long ball forward, Jakobsen chasing, but on this occasion Anderson just as quick as the ball is whacked up into the crowd there for a throw to Norway. And now just 5 minutes remaining. Bit of space here for Cordal to put the ball into the centre, but he fails lamentably there. And here's little Gates being shoved off the ball, surely there by Dokken, and a free kick to England. Dokken really giving the treatment there to Eric Gates, who only stands 5'5". It's with McDermott, and now with Robson. McDermott again. Gates. Woodcock and Mariner. Oh, Mariner trying to worm his way through to get a shot in. Oh, a brilliant goal by Paul Mariner. 4-0. Well, he winkled that out of a whole host of red shirts there. Here he goes. Past one, past another. Little bit of space there. And it beautifully into the corner. 4-0. Paul Mariner gets on the score sheet, and he's had a really good game tonight. That's really skilled finishing that gives England a really handsome victory now. Woodcock to McDermott. Still 3 minutes left, and they are so overrunning the Norwegians at the moment that, well, who knows, there could even be another one. Orsa trying to bring it out again now for Norway. Part-time players, these electricians and accountants and a couple of students, policemen. They've really grown weary. Wembley has sapped all their energy, and in the last 5 minutes they really haven't a lot more left. Mariner. And now Gates. McDermott. Woodcock. Robson. Played down there to Woodcock, who's well offside. A free kick to Norway. Well, not since 1962 have England successfully gone through World Cup qualifying matches to qualify for the finals. But this is a promising enough start. It's far too early to be blowing any trumpets, that's for sure, against a team like Norway. On the other hand, they've stuck superbly to their job tonight, particularly when things were going badly early on in the game, and when you consider that they're without 3 or 4 of their really best players. So a lot to be satisfied by. I'm sure Ron Greenwood feels that as well. As we come to the last 30 seconds or so of the game, plus a little bit of time to be added on, there's Mariner now, who's probably been as good as anybody, but won't relish that sort of challenge very much from the number 5, Grondalen. And Mariner's down, and a yellow card for the Norwegian captain for that challenge down by the corner flag on the England number 9. This is the challenge coming up. Mariner there. Oh, took everything in sight there, did Grondalen. And yes, and I would have thought that it's the right leg of Mariner that is really thumped there by Grondalen. And his left leg bent underneath him. And this all in the last minute of a game that is comfortably won by now for England, and I'm sure will cause a certain amount of concern for people like Bobby Robson and Ipswich fans. With Mariner on his feet again now, that's good news. With Ipswich doing so well, of course, in the First Division. The final whistle, and England are doing well at the moment in the World Cup. 4-0 the score, 2 for McDermott, 1 for Woodcock, and a beautiful goal right at the end for Paul Mariner. A really halting and faltering start by England over the first 25 minutes, but once McDermott had shown them the way with that half-volleyed goal before half-time, then they really began to look the part, particularly in the second half when, as the game went on, they overran the Norwegians, and McDermott, Woodcock and Mariner added those goals in the second half. So in the end, although in terms of skill it maybe hasn't been a particularly impressive performance by England, the victory is a truly handsome one and sets them on their